would come from the recommendation of the board to go to the PSC with, right?
An increase would never come from the recommendation. It would from the board. It always came from the recommendation of the executive director to the board, who would give its ultimate approval or disapproval.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
So in other words, that people are suffering a long time.
Yeah.
And I expected that now that you are praising up this resolution to go and get some money, I am wondering if you all didn't foresee all these things coming when I was on the board.
Who has a crystal ball? Who has a crystal ball?
But if you see, I hear the fellow in the background. But if
they're helping me.
If you are following it, you're following the price of oil.
But the market is a volatile market. It fluctuates.
I understand.
Ever so often. There's so many other factors that come into play regarding the price of oil that there's no way for one to guess we're going to cost 5 years down the road.
Hold on, what was your 4 years, Carol?
2000 to 2004.
And I'm going to know, all I'm saying that increases for the ratepayers came while you was on the board also. That's all I'm saying, sweetie. I am not discrediting you over nothing.
I didn't say that.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
But you go meet with the man behind closed door, and you go sit down with the man and I trash out our differences, and then come to us.
What man you talking about?
The Democratic man?
No.
Oh, yeah, you going to do that?
No.
Okay.
We going on to the next caller.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your advice.
All right.
But me got issue.
All
right. Okay. All right. Good morning, Carla.
Pleasant good morning.
Good morning.
In my opinion, the Hotel Development Act is going to boost the economy of St. Croix. So I am pleased with the results, and I applaud all the senators that supported that act. And I hope the governor signs it into law, which I don't doubt he will. And as far as the original Alpine project using the pet coke, I was listening to the Straight Talk interview with the May Adams Cornwell, one of the representatives from Alpine. And as a result of us not being able to use the pet coke, they're talking now about burning trash to generate electricity, not using the pet coke, but it's going to end up costing us even more, according to what they were saying, because you're talking about imposing some type of fee. You know about that?
The who? The Alpine people? May Cornwall? May Cornwall?
May Cornwall.
Yeah, she's always talked about it. I think it's a tipping fee for for the processing your waste. Yeah.
So sometimes using fear to sway the vote is not a good thing. You know, we need to get all the facts. We should have been more educated and pet coke and all the latest technology to make it safe. But anything we do, there's always a consequence. There is no perfect solution. Any type of method you use to generate electricity, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of effect on the environment. Now, if we're talking about going green, though, we should be getting away from using fossil fuel. And in my opinion, that idea, which I found out later on about the resolution, my understanding resolution that you were talking about on the last show.
You understand there's 3 different resolutions, right?
Well,
there's one that passed the Senate.
Yeah.
The one that passed the Senate is the primary one, right?
Okay.
And the other 2 are supporting resolutions, okay? From the
clarify something for me. One of the resolutions involves the connection to Puerto Rico's electrical grid.
2 of them. 3 of them. All 3 of them has references that.
Right, okay. And I'm not saying that any effort should be, every effort should be made for us to try to address the issue of the LEAC. So I'm not saying that anybody's getting false hope. I'm saying, are we realistic? And furthermore, do we really want to connect with Puerto Rico and continue our dependency on the same fossil fuel we're talking about getting away from? Because that connection sounds like on the ocean cables to send current from Puerto Rico to us. And
yeah, but it don't have to be, the source doesn't have to be fossil fuel.
Well, that's what I'm getting to. How what's the plan? How are those
the plan is step one, to reduce the cost to ratepayers. Right now, if you give us cheap oil, we will burn cheap oil. Okay? Wait, no, let me let you ask. So step one is to reduce the cost to people when they get ready to pay their next bill. And let's not lose sight of that. There are a lot of efforts, such as the Eden efforts and this effort to do a grid, that will, over time, reduce the dependency on fossil fuel. But you ask anybody in this territory, their number one concern is the next bill and what it does to their family's budget. So that's number one. That's where the excise tax and the rebate are pointed. Okay? Then, when you begin to talk about sources, it's not just Puerto Rico. There's talk about connecting to St. Kitts Naval, which is using geothermal, and the Puerto Rican combination of fuels is changing, as ours is changing with Eden. So ultimately, the world is moving away from fossil fuel, but our number one concern is the cost to the people today.
And the immediacy, Carla, I really want to tell you, I really appreciate that you have continued to look at this issue. But I want you to go someplace, because I know you're an educator and you know how to do research. Go on either the White House website, or you could just put the president's report on the status of Puerto Rico. And in there, you're going to find the reference to the feasibility study that Hugo Hatch and the delegate had done regarding the connection, and see why it's a part of the resolution, okay? Because that is, see, Senator Russell has a two-pronged approach. He wants to get some of the excise tax rebate for the immediate relief to the people, so it could subsidize the LEAC now, so that the credit, the money will be credited to Hovensa partially to, as a payment. And so the LEAC will be, the cost of the LEAC to the people will be lessened. That's the first approach. And the second approach speaks to the grid system or any other or any other alternative energy solution.
Let me ask you a question.
With the Alpine, though, that was making it was a relief. It was only for 20 years, my understanding.
Who, Alpine?
Yeah, they were using the pet coke.
Yeah,
and the same argument you're making, we were saying the LEAC is extremely high. We want to find a way to reduce the LEAC and reduce our dependency on fossil fuel. And this Alpine project came, and then you had a few people rejected it. And so we're back to square one.
No, we ain't back to square one. We have,
in my opinion,
Eden is moving on. The Energy Office is moving on. WAPA is moving on, like Roy explained. You guys are stuck on Alpine. The Alpine people is trying to make money. If you did the research way back then, and I keep repeating it over the radio, the Alpine company was a consultant company. They don't build or make nothing. When we aboard and make them aboard the project with the pet coke, they went to another country that makes garbage into pellets, and they come back trying to sell us something that somebody else developed. We don't want these people here, and we don't accept them here. Let them keep their product, because we moving on with the right way, where we going green.
Here still, but not using the pet coke. You know that.
We don't want to use the pellet either. We don't want to take St. Thomas garbage and bring it over here. Let St. Thomas keep their garbage.
So that project hasn't been approved by the Senate?
What is before the Senate, and it hasn't been heard yet, is the lease for Alpine, for St. Thomas. Okay, and because they can't do anything without a lease. You know, identifying a place where they could do.
I mean, for St. Croix approved, because it sounds like when I listen to Mayor Adam Cornwell speaking, it sounds like it's a done deal. It doesn't seem like it's something that...
No, it's not a done deal.
Okay, all right. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I just, I know because I've been following it.
So what
ain't a done deal.
With the consent decree as far as closing the Anguilla dump site?
Well, that's something that she and the Waste Management Authority Board has to really contemplate and find a solution. Well, they have to do it. But there's nothing, and whether it's Alpine or whoever they decide to go with, that is still a process that has to take place, and it's not completed. But it ain't complete and ain't no done deal.
Like you said, I do my research. I try to get information. I don't go by someone talking about failure of why we shouldn't have something. I try to do research because, like I said, anything that we do is a consequence. And we talk about finding a solution.
So you are supportive of Alpine? You for Alpine, for the process that the technology that they want to use?
Have you researched the Alpine project?
Yes, I have.
Well, tell me about it, because I researched it and I'm very familiar with it. Tell me about it, quickly.
The original one or the one they're talking about?
The one they're talking about now.
Basically, it's to process the waste material.
No. How long this company that does that been in existence?
I will have to go back.
Okay. Alpine came on board, right?
Mm-hmm.
After this company was doing these pellets. And they went to South America where they're doing this project. And they get involved with these people, and then they want to bring it to us. Alpine did not develop that particular project.
Well,
and you could go online. You can go online and see it for yourself. I got it. I just
trust his opinion.
Okay.
Evaluation.
No, me giving no opinion. I am telling you, I have it on my laptop. And if I could get with you...
she's just saying that Hugo Hodge supports the Alpine...
I could go on my laptop and I could show you the video and the date it was started, and Alpine had nothing to do with that development of that company that makes those pellets. Alpine is trying to make money off of the Virgin Islands.
Okay, well, because I'm not sure if you answered my question. In this proposal to connect to Puerto Rico, how is that electricity being generated, would be generated in Puerto Rico?
Well,
what fuel will be?
The best person to talk to will be Hugo Hodge.
No, but see, we haven't gotten there. What we have done is said that it is feasible, because notwithstanding the depth of the ocean bed and all of that it's feasible that the monies can be put together to make it happen. That's what's been done. But all this issue that you're talking about the type of energy that was being used, that's something that would have to be agreed upon between the two parties.
And currently, Puerto Rico, in their
gasoline excise taxes, I think most people would assume that it relates to using fossil fuels.
No,
You're talking about getting some of the money back from the gasoline excise tax, right?
Yes.
And that money comes from the federal government
taxation of
taxing Hovensa for the product, the refining products that's shipped to the States.
Petroleum. And I'm saying, I would be thinking, if the money that you're getting coming from the use of petroleum, I would be thinking with the reason